Yeah,
boys, it's the charity shield come now.
I'm sorry, you can't say they didn't miss Gundogan and
Yeah, they
Mahrez.
did miss him.
Of course.
Do you know what I'm saying?
I think they're underestimating how important they are.
The gap between City and Arsenal, in my opinion, I think has reduced.
But to be honest, Mason Mount and Havertz, at the minute, they haven't done anything to quash my opinion of them in a Chelsea shirt.
Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whatever time you're listening, welcome to another episode of Podcast Pundits. I am your host today, De La Strada, the man of many faces. Before I introduce the rest of the pundits, let me move some furnitures around and let you know where you can find us. You can find us on all major platforms. That's Spotify, Apple, and SoundCloud. You can interact with us on social media. That's TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. Just type in Podcast Pundits. Right, let's go. Starting from my left, Strives.
Yeah, man, it's your boy Strives, or Striver, however you want to refer to me. I'm an Arsenal fan, looking forward to this coming season. Yeah, man, let's get into it, guys. It's going to be a good pod today.
Next, we have Joey.
Yeah, it's your boy Joey Nomadic, aka the number one football fan, Liverpool supporter. I don't know if I'm a Dallas Hamlet supporter anymore because them and Hashtag are in the same league. Jeez. So whoever wins on I think they're playing next week actually. Whoever wins that game, then I'll support them. And also, I think Croydon Athletic supporter as well.
Gotta be.
On. Yeah, my new local team. Come on, done no. And anything you think is wrong, anything I think is right. That's my new phrase.
Who's you? The listeners?
Anyone who disagrees with
you're
me.
looking at Strives.
Anyone who disagrees, especially Strives. Anyone who disagrees with me.
Yeah,
Cool.
This guy doesn't know how to take bets.
Next up, we have Marley Mar.
Hold tight. Well done, everybody. Good to be back.
You want to tell the listeners who you support?
What, today? Or? No, United till our DIE and the boys.
And next up, Jays.
Yeah, Dre, Man United fan. Glad to have Marley Mar back. He was doing a 007 on us, but...
Was he doing a Mason Mount on you?
Oh,
Nah, man. Nah, not at all. He was just doing his covert missions. He'll be back.
Come on.
And Mason, I'm sure he's going to prove you wrong, Strive, so let's not go down that road.
Prove what? Wait,
It's enough. I don't know why he's
I was
doing
about
it.
to. I'm ready. You know, shit.
well,
He said nothing yet.
yeah, let's get this show on the road. There's no other place to start but the main event at the weekend. Man City v Arsenal. Strives, with you being the Arsenal fan here, let me start with you. Tell me, how did you feel when you saw that lineup to begin with for Arsenal?
Yeah, man. The lineup looked pretty strong. Yeah, from goalkeeper to defence to midfield, and then I got to up top, and then I nearly threw my phone down, man. When I saw Kai Havertz starting up top, obviously the listeners and those around the table might obviously guess how I felt about that. I felt tricked. I felt like Mikel Arteta was playing chess the whole pre-season. With all these interviews, he told me that Kai Havertz was utility, and he pictures him playing at 8, left central midfield. And then the moment there was an injury doubt to our striker, Havertz was placed up top, despite Eddie playing up top all pre-season and despite Trossard having a great display. So yeah, I was a little bit disturbed by that, but yeah, man, that's how I felt with the lineup, man.
Then what do you think about the game?
Yeah, so then obviously the game played, and I could see immediately why he played with Kai Havertz. Obviously, we've been watching Kai Havertz for the last 2-3 years for Chelsea, and we know what he brings, man. Like he links up play well. Literally everything. He's a very tidy football player, and it looked like it was to give us a little bit of an added player in the midfield. So I think he anticipated giving up possession to Manchester City, and I think he planned for that with Havertz. So I could see why he played with Havertz, but it was a little bit annoying, in my opinion, just because I felt that when we set up like that, I feel like we're a little bit too respectful of City, whereas I felt like we were a surprise element last season when we kind of took the game to two other teams, and we just went at them, we attacked them, and our strengths with the type of attackers that we had, I felt like when we played to their strengths, I felt like we were a bit more of a potent threat. Whereas when you're playing with the way that we set up, I just felt like I just felt we were matched City to some extent, but I just didn't feel like there was much in it for. I couldn't see the threat. Basically, I couldn't see where we was gonna hurt them.
So, just a quick one. So, I think you're saying what Arsenal gave City too much respect this time.
I think they gave each other respect. Actually, I think City also gave Arsenal respect, because I couldn't work out whether City was still in gear one, gear two.
Yeah, they're still in gear one, man.
You think so?
Yeah, they've only had three preseason games.
But you know what?
Yeah, and as Pep said, they've lost all three Community Shield and gone on to win the league. So I don't know whether Arsenal winning it was a good or a bad thing, because for City it makes no difference.
Yeah, it's like Pep plays possum a little bit, innit? Beginning of the season.
Yeah, but you could tell with his post-match interview though that he felt a little bit salty. I don't think he enjoys. Yeah, exactly. I don't think he enjoys losing to Arsenal. And I think there's like if you go up against your friends, sometimes it's like competitive, friendly rivalry. You want to beat your friend, or you want to beat someone that you consider to be a close competitor. Yeah, and I just felt. I feel like Pep was. I felt like he was lying, man. I felt like he was doing bravado. Like normally he's very complimentary of Arsenal, but this time he had a bit of snapback.
Yeah, but he's only complimentary after he beats Arsenal. So when he loses, everybody wants to win, right?
Yeah.
You think? I think he was more snappy at the report. The report was more than Arsenal.
But don't you think he was a bit snappy because the way they were framing the conversation was like, oh, do you think Arsenal are finally coming of age? Are these your equals now, kind of thing? Like I felt like I don't think he was snappy because of the way the reporters were, but I think it was just like, okay, so what you man saying? Arsenal are now size?
No, I think he wasn't that. It was that. That's what the question was insinuating. But I think it's more the fact that like, bro, look at all the like Della said, all the the charity shields we've lost. And look how the thing is gone. Why are you asking me? That just doesn't mean nothing.
Yeah, respect.
No. I think that's what you're more trying to get at. Like it's not that deep.
Yeah.
And then if Arsenal win it, like Liverpool won it last season, then what? And then I think Haaland went and said some other stuff as well.
When he was coming off the pitch, he held up his three fingers, innit?
Who, Haaland?
Yeah.
How is it?
Yeah. Like the treble.
Was he getting booed or something?
I think he must have been, innit? Like
a bit of abuse.
Yeah, I like him, man.
Imagine.
I like he's got a bit of fire to him still.
So Mars, as you're speaking, I know you're Arsenal's one of Arsenal's biggest haters. So
that's not true.
What did you think of Arsenal?
Troy Deeney.
I don't think I learned anything new about Arsenal, to be fair. Probably what I recognise is that how important someone like Saliba is. I would say that for sure, because obviously, like last season when Saliba was out and Arsenal kind of done a wobbly, everyone was saying that it's because Saliba was at the centre back, and I was like, nah, man, you lot are capping. But after yesterday, I can kind of see. That guy is solid, man.
Yeah, solid.
He's a good player, like mad composed, like reliable, like anyone that can make Gabriel look like he's not a calamity waiting to happen
that's harsh, man.
I think they're a good partnership.
Yeah. They are.
Because even without him, Gabriel was holding himself up. He held himself in high esteem.
Yeah, I'm not Gabriel's biggest fan. I'd say that. I haven't bought into him as much as everyone else has. But yeah, Saliba, I definitely get the hype with him, and obviously Odegaard as well. He's cementing himself as one of the waviest players in the Prem. Like he just looks like silk, man. He's quality. He's proper quality. And then Saka obviously as well. I think Arsenal have got players that have flashed in the past, but now they're looking very, very consistent. Like Saka, Odegaard, and Saliba for me are just like top quality players. And obviously Ramsdale in goal as well. But he's probably trying to make a statement to Arteta about bring next keeper in. What?
But you know what I noticed? Yeah, everybody they'll mention names, but they'll never mention Thomas Partey. Thomas Partey was one of the best players on the pitch yesterday.
Yeah,
and Saliba as well. But everyone will mention this player, but no one acknowledges Partey.
The fan base has been acknowledging Partey all over. And I'm seeing a lot of U-turns because I know that a lot of people were almost ready to see him like leave out the back door, so to speak.
That would be a mistake.
Yeah, and I mean, but you'd be surprised how many people were buying into that idea. But then after this game, like I think people realised that Thomas Partey literally was a big reason as to why we were playing so well. Like, granted, like he got a little bit shaky towards the latter part of the season for whatever reason. But then we had Jorginho in there, but that didn't necessarily at all negate the impact that he has in the lineup. But you know how it is. Football fans, whether you're a rival fan, whether you're a fan of the actual club, like we're all fickle people in it. So that was good. Like that De La Strada said, man, dope. The only thing that I would say that probably counted against him was when he got spun for that.
Got cooked by Foden.
Yeah. That was probably like. And what was mad, one of I'm in a couple of other groups. So you man aren't in this one, but I was like raving about Thomas Partey because I was having arguments because guys were basically telling me Declan Rice is better than Partey.
Yeah, that statement is proven to be, I think, disrespectful at this point.
Very
the get-go was wrong.
Very rude. No. And people were being so rude to me, and I was like, what am I? What? There was other groups where people had sense, but in this particular group, like, bro, my head was getting hot to the point now I've got this reputation where they say I wake up on the wrong side of the bed because we had this argument in the morning. And
how long you been in this
partly true, partly true though, to be fair.
To be fair, you've said that a few times as well. But yeah, like, so obviously I've gone back into that group to say, yo, have you lot seen? And not to say I don't rate Declan Rice, I do. But yeah, there were levels, and then literally the moment I said that, Foden Foden did what he did. Tierney was caught in two minds. He slipped, and then freaking Cole Palmer, dope player, cracking shot, cracking strike.
I thought Timber played well for you guys. He was like different quality, different class.
Quality.
The way he was like moving from defense into midfield as well, it gave you that extra outlet. I thought, man, we've missed out here.
Yeah, I'm disappointed we didn't get him and Martinez in that same season. That would have been a...
Wait, is this the Charity Shield? Calm down.
That was necessary.
Yeah. Because remember when Vicky done the same thing and Sam Della had to remind us about that Ukrainian Don. Calm down, boys.
Oh, Modric.
Yeah.
No, but we've seen more of Timber so far in pre-season. Modric, because my guy's only in Ukraine playing ball and everyone's high and waxing lyrical, and he came on against Liverpool for 20 minutes
and had a great game.
Yeah, for 20 minutes.
But now, next week is when the real...
I agree, but he looks proper.
Left, right.
I think we need to see him when the stakes are high.
What the stakes weren't high in this game, though?
No, come on.
No, but he's a new...
What happened? No, come on.
Don't do this. Guys, do not do
let me ask one question. When you lose the Charity Shield, do you see anyone go down on their knees and cover their eyes or like disappointment? It's a fucking curtain raiser,
but when you say the stakes are high, when would the stakes be high? Because you're going to play like 10 games.
3 points is a higher stakes than the Charity Shield. If I'm going to,
of course, Joey. This is still pre-season against the best team in Europe, and he did well.
But remember, Man City
are in first game.
Yeah,
we know that, of course.
But then
it doesn't take away from the fact that he still played well.
No, I'm not saying he didn't play well, but I think they were talking about we've missed out here.
But that's almost good.
But I'm saying like maybe
he's a good player, man.
Maybe you have,
he's a good player.
But also maybe you haven't. So I'm saying like maybe
I know what you. I know I can hear where you're coming from though. Like it's one game.
Yeah.
Let's just.
But it's one very good.
No, exactly.
Game.
That's why I brought it up. That's why I'm like he stood out for me.
That game is a preamble. That's the two best teams in England from last season.
Not even that though.
Guys, come in. Like we know the Charity Shield. Nobody goes home sad they lost the Charity Shield. Hang on. Let me.
I go home sad if I lost a friendly.
Exactly, bro.
No. You've already said you care more about the performance.
No, but I'll still be upset if I lose.
You're not upset when you lose a friendly in a pre-season friendly. We all acknowledge that it's the way you play, and pre-season friendlies are how you play.
But I also don't want to lose as well.
Oh, nobody wants to lose, but I said nobody goes home upset they've lost the Charity Shield. That's a very factual statement.
Especially when it's on penalties.
Why wouldn't you go home upset that you've lost the?
Because it doesn't mean anything. anything, bro. It only means something if you win other things. If you win other things, it means something. But if you win the Charity Shield one season,
I'm not sure.
Hang on, let me just say, if you only win the Charity Shield, nobody's gonna make nobody's buying a DVD of Arsenal's Charity Shield season.
What about United's Carling Cup win?
Way more, bro. Come on, man.
So that means
you guys have been disrespectful.
Wait, hang on. You're asking if the Carling Cup means more than the Charity Shield. I'm about to fly in the clothesline. Everybody. But you also think Brentford and Tottenham are the same.
What do you mean? I think it's a sideways move. Bruv, have you got your money, bruv? Have you brought your money? Because you're going to piss me off in this episode, bruv.
No. The reason I'm bringing it up here, and this is why I just need people to be consistent in what they say. Sometimes you said it, a few people said it, a cup's a cup.
Nah, it's different.
This is not a cup. This is not a cup, bro.
Hang on, stop for a minute. Yeah.
This is not a cup,
this is the thing that's so confusing.
Yeah, go on.
The Carling Cup was never a cup for a very long time. If anyone won it, no one cared.
No, but remember what I said.
Let me finish. The United win it, it's a cup.
Well, that's not true, bro. I cared. When Liverpool won the Coca-Cola Cup, bro, in 1992, I cared.
All right, bro. So
I cared, bro.
When Manchester United and Liverpool, are
we really doing this?
No.
Let him land.
So when Manchester United and Liverpool are arguing over which is the most decorated club in English football, do you or do you not count your charity shields?
What, bro? No, are you crazy?
You do.
Are you crazy?
You count.
No. Bro, remember what I said?
You count them
in terms of the official tally.
I don't even know how many charity shields you lot have won.
It's counted, as in when you're arguing over who's the most decorated club.
I'll be honest with you, it doesn't count.
So are you saying if we remove the charity shields, like it's closer or it's further away?
I think someone's going to have to fact check it, but I believe so. Okay, if you remove it, then I don't think Liverpool.
Sorry. Just as my underlining statement. The Charity Shield only matters if you win other things. If you only win the Charity Shield, I'll be honest with you.
No, I get that point.
That's all I'm saying.
I get that point, but at the same time, I'm using.
It's like a crossing the T.
But I'm using the same thing that people say. It's all about the winning, right? It's not the taking part. So even though I disregarded the Carling Cup.
No, you can't do.
No, but let me finish. Even though I disregarded the Carling Cup for a team of the stature of United, because back in the days, United they don't care for the Carling Cup, but everyone said
United have always cared about the Carling.
United came out of the FA Cup, bro.
What do you mean?
Yeah, no.
Ferguson. If Ferguson opted and took it out of the FA Cup, you don't care for the Carling Cup.
I get what you're saying.
So what I'm saying now is, all of a sudden, it's like. The goalpost is moved. Oh, it's only a friendly trophy. It's a trophy at the end of the day. I'm not saying it's massive.
It is a trophy. It's a trophy. But I'm saying that. But if we guys, bear in mind.
By the way,
do you know how much?
You know why this combo is even a little bit redundant, because the point was, because I just want to bring it back to the centre. Yeah, we'll talk about Timber.
There's two points for it.
There's 2 points here.
We'll talk about Jury and Timber, and he said that.
It's not a competitive game.
But that game is a preamble.
Bro, the yellow cards don't even count.
Can you stop cutting me off?
The yellow cards don't even count.
Can you stop cutting me off, bro? Sorry, there's these two teams. Yeah, obviously they're first and second. Whether we want to admit it or not, Arsenal are considered to be title challengers for this next season.
Definitely.
So it's about between those two teams. There's bragging rights, and obviously there's certain players that has never won anything at Arsenal. So it just it sets the mood, it sets the mentality.
But you said something though.
So that game there
for Arsenal.
Yeah. So that's
my point here. It matters to Arsenal. It matters to Arsenal.
No, you said no one cares about losing.
Yeah, because no one cares, because you're discrediting. You were discrediting the notion that Manchester United
trophies.
Do you think Arsenal cared that they came out the Carling Cup?
What do you mean?
When they got knocked out?
When they got battered by Liverpool, yes, bro. Remember when Liverpool won it last season?
When I was saying this, he was arguing that we didn't care.
That you didn't care about what?
Because I was saying that Arsenal didn't care about the Carling Cup.
No, you did, because you put your full team and you got battered by Liverpool.
We've had this argument.
You cared.
We did. First of all, we didn't get battered.
You put your first team. They put their full team. You got battered.
It went to penalties. Didn't it go to penalties?
No, it did not go to penalties against Liverpool. You lost 6-0.
We're going off tangent. Let's bring this.
So you lost 2-0.
It's 6-5, bro. We're talking about 6-5 penalties.
All right, bro. You played your first team. You cared. That's the bottom line.
No,
what I'm saying, just to not overrun
the opponent, not the competition.
Not to overrun, but like I'm saying, you said something important. You said it's about the Arsenal players. It's their first trophy. That's what I'm saying. When it comes to Man City, who've just won the treble and they like habitually win the Premier League,
but they still care though.
No, they didn't care. That's what I'm saying.
The way Pep celebrates, saying Pep didn't care.
No, he didn't care for the question. We already addressed that question.
Pep didn't really care about that.
No. What I mean,
obviously,
even Rio Ferdinand's trying to go on like he didn't care, but then you can look at flashbacks and see the way man was celebrating when you man was winning charity shields back in the days, bro.
Like, as a player,
yeah, of course.
Yeah, but bro, every player's going to celebrate.
No, but we're talking.
What I'm trying to say is you can't now sit here and pretend, that people don't care about that fixture.
No, there's a difference between celebrating when winning and not caring when you lose. There's a difference between caring, celebrating when you win, and not caring when you lose. Bro. Is that
so? The 2 points that we made is we said Timber had a good game.
I agreed.
What I say is Timber, when we say had a good game, like you can see his qualities. So moving on into the season,
exactly,
like you can see he's going to be a good player. So to your point, when you say I wish we could have got him, I agree with that because he's evidently a good player.
He's showing the qualities that we need, that we lack.
And last season, when Liverpool beat Man City, was this Joey Nomadic fraud that's sitting in front of me not going waxing lyrical about Nunes?
But did I say that Man City cared about it? Did I say Man City cared? Did I say anything about Man City cared?
And losing bets off the
I put my bet on before that. I put my bet on before that. One.
And now,
that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, talk with facts, bro.
And now you're trying to discredit the fact that Timber could be considered a decent player.
I said calm down. I said calm down. There's no points. There's nothing on the line here. There's nothing on the line here, bro.
Guys, let's move on. But before we move on, let's just talk about a few things that happened. Not if it's not what happened again. There's a few things that's come into play about the new rules. One being the dissent. If you dissent, yellow card. If you
juicy for betters.
What's
juicy for betters?
Yeah,
if you
that's about
dissent, yellow card.
I thought
if
that
was the ball away, yellow card.
I thought that was always the rule.
Nah. I mean, I know it is, but.
Referee discretion. It was like more referee discretion, wasn't it?
Yeah, and now the whole thing of trying to make sure they play basically utilising the time, so there's no time wasting. If you score a goal, they add on 30 seconds. So generally speaking, what do you guys think about? Dre, let me come to you. What do you think about these new rules? And one, how do you think it will impact the actual game?
I think, like with anything, it's going to take the spice out of a game a little bit sometimes because they'll probably be thinking about the cards as the season goes on. But I think with the season starting, I don't think we're going to see a change in mentality as the season starts. I think it's going to be one of those things going to be transitional. Yeah. So, because like any player, they're still going to have emotion. They're still going to have feelings. Do you know what I mean? They're not just going to overnight just be like, oh, guys, they've said it's a yellow card. I'm going to just change.
Did you watch the game? Thingy? Don't you think, that the rules seem to apply only to Arsenal, though? Because Man City was getting away with everything.
There was one that Rodri, he pulled him back. And then the commentator, Lee Dixon, said, no, that's not yellow. Sometimes the referees have to manage the game. And I was like, that was 89th minute. That's a simple yellow card. And the ironic thing is, then the game went on for another, 10, 15 minutes. So if he got another second yellow card, it's worth it.
Exactly. There was a moment in the game where I was like, bro, okay, I can see what they're saying. It's not all the time. No, because come on, can be crazy.
Yeah, we can be crazy, but I've had a file. I've had the file open.
A lot of Arsenal fans have.
Bro, I don't know what's going on, but can we be great? But now I think you're going to see a little bit of a difference, this season. I think because now we got a couple of England golden boys and sweethearts in our team.
Yeah,
we gotta get some of that Fergie time you guys used to get.
The thing is, as the season goes on, I think we'll see actually a lot more players, obviously, get double carded.
What for just kicking the ball away?
Yeah,
and that's what I'm saying. It ruins the game.
Yeah.
They say what happened to Martinelli? Yeah.
Did you look?
Bruv.
Did you look talk about Varane's letter?
Oh yeah, but you can speak on it.
Yeah, so he's just basically, I don't know who he wrote the letter to, but
I think it was on Twitter or Twitter.
Yeah. So just saying, you're kind of taking out the humanity of the game.
Yeah,
and obviously people are dealing with this fixture pile up, and sometimes it's human to let these stresses out in the game.
Yeah, exactly.
So you can't say you can't talk back to the referee, you can't do this, or you can't kick away a ball. It's frustration. What do you want us to do? Just go home and beat up our girlfriend? God forbid.
He didn't say that.
Did you read the letter?
He didn't say
that. I did.
He said that, man. He didn't say that, man.
I'm not saying he said that, but you can't tell me he didn't say it.
I know he definitely didn't say that.
Yeah, no, he had valid points. He was basically saying that because of the length of time the games are going to take to finish now.
Yeah,
with all the fixtures they got, it's the quality of games like in the latter stages of the season it's gonna affect the game, which makes sense. I mean, for a consumer, you obviously want to see as much games as possible, but in the same breath, like when you watch the game, you want to see a quality game at the same time. And I think he has a point towards like when it gets to that Champions League, like latter stages. I think people are going to struggle. Like Man United struggled last season with our fixture pile up.
Yeah, we did.
But in the World Cup, it worked well though, didn't it?
But that's just like a tournament football.
Yeah,
this
exactly.
is a league.
Yeah,
I think it will have an impact on the league in terms of maybe like last 10 games, you know, where it's like, oh, we might not have that player now because they've picked up so many yellow cards. Do you know what I mean? Or like I said, 2 yellows and a red last like 10 games of the season or 5 games of the season. It might be the difference in whether you win the league or not.
Yeah, imagine how it would have affected you lot's title challenge.
yeah.
If you just started losing players over willing,
It's not good for the game because as fans, you just want to see a good game of 11v11. So if players are getting sent off because, and even when you kick the ball away, you're not. It's just like I just kicked away to get myself back into position. I'm not even trying to waste time.
Adapt, though. I think in like the first few months they'll go hard on it. Players will start to switch up, and then they'll probably be a little bit more like easy on it, like later on towards the season when they've
But that's
out
wrong,
the
though.
yellows and the red
they
cards.
do that every season though. Because I remember there was a period where they were like, you know what, no jostling or pushing in the box. We're going to give away penalties. Like first maybe 3 months they used to look hard on it, and then after a while they just completely forget because people just go back to their basic instincts, man. Especially when it's a high pressure, man.
About the game, what did you guys obviously when you say City was in, like, they didn't come out of like first or second gear, was there anything that we can take away from City's performance that might influence your perception on how well they're going to do in the league?
I would, just because of the fact that they lost, was it 3 in a row?
Yeah.
Like, and we know that they take a while to get into.
Haaland's not scored in his last 6. I think I heard a
Yeah,
commentator say.
but it doesn't really. The last 3 games is probably games that City rated with one stuff.
And Nunes has banged in all of his last games as well.
I think they're still getting over the treble win, to be honest.
Yeah, but it was a big season.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, they could actually do this for the whole season because the last time they were really successful, they had a lull after, and that's when we took the title, innit?
Yeah, but and then even obviously you will know as well. Like when Liverpool was fighting on all fronts, you suffered a little bit of some sort of burnout. Yeah, so I'm just wondering, like, would it be a reach to suggest that this could come back to bite them in the bum? Because I've gone on record before. I don't know if I've done it on the podcast. I'm sure I have. That I think it's a bit dangerous that City are letting go of so many of their like players. You can't say that they didn't miss. You might be able to say they didn't miss. Actually, yeah. I'm sorry, you can't say they didn't miss Gundogan and
Yeah, they
Mahrez.
did miss him.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying?
I think they're underestimating how important they are in their team.
I don't think they missed Mahrez.
I think
Mahrez played an important role at times.
But how many games did he get? Because I was even looking at watching a video about Gvardiol coming in, and Nathan Ake, who Pep was saying is super important. He played like 23 games. And
this is what I was saying about burnout.
Yeah. And then this Guardiola guy is going to come in and play. They played 100 million. 23 games in the league.
Oh, in the league.
And
Okay.
And then, so I think he's going to come in and play roughly 23 games because they just balance and move their players around. So I think they'll probably get a right winger in, or get somebody, or maybe just put Cole Palmer in there. But like Gundo is obviously going to be missed because some people think he's one of the most important players on the team. But in terms of Mahrez, I don't think so.
because the thing is, obviously, you're probably thinking Mahrez because of Foden, right?
No, just because I know he's not one of the highest appearance players.
Okay.
Just based on that, like, and he comes off the bench most of the time.
Yeah, because I watched the game and I thought to myself, the gap between City and Arsenal, in my opinion, I think has reduced. In my opinion, it looked like it's closed a little bit, but at watching the game, I did think to myself, oh, like I still feel like their depth probably still eclipses our depth. Yeah, but not that much.
Even when you think about it, it probably doesn't, you know. Apart from defense.
As the game went on, I did start to think, oh, am I second guessing myself? But what I think the difference between the two teams is going to be, is funny enough, I think it's going to be the management. Like, and this isn't like back my old school agenda against Arteta, but I do think sometimes he's a bit guilty of overthinking when he goes to play City.
I'll let you land, but that's interesting because you're saying that he overthinks. But when he went and said, you know what, I'm just going to do what I've been doing all season, and Arsenal got battered or lost, everyone said he should have tinkered a bit. But now you're like, say that's what I said at that time. Unless you get the result right, you'll never win.
Yeah.
Which the 4-1 loss, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because everyone said he was naive to just go in with the same tactics.
You know what it is with Arteta for me is his in-game management is it leaves a lot to be
It
desired.
does leave a sour taste.
Yeah, because it's
Pause.
just like, why did it take you so long to adapt? Like, in my opinion, like obviously I got why you started with Kai Havertz, and he played decent, to be honest. He does what he always does, to be honest. He always plays well, but he just doesn't finish. Yeah, but then it got to the point where it's just like, okay, City can be got at now. Like, change the game. And then when he did finally change the game, we saw like we had them under the cosh a little bit, and then obviously Trossard got the equaliser.
Yeah, I was going to say Trossard was a big sub to come on, right?
But why didn't? In my opinion, Trossard had a very good claim to start the game.
100%, bro. We know that he's capable of getting goals and attacking and running into the pockets.
Oh my God.
That was nuts.
And
Stay focused, boys.
Land your point, then we'll move on.
yeah, no problem. And I just wanted to also just a little honourable mention to Saka. I liked in comparison to previous games against City, he looked like he was very up for that. He's one-on-one against Akanji, like he looked like he was cooking him, getting inside, getting the better of him. He just looked a bit lethal. For me, I think Saka's going to be quite potent this season, you know?
I think Della would say it was probably because he just had a rest.
Yeah, of course.
Sorry?
At the start of the season, he was done.
Had a rest, didn't
Then he tires out if Arteta doesn't change.
He's got to address that, because like I said, I maintain it. That's not going to get better.
Yeah, it should, technically, the better you get, the more games you should be playing.
Yeah. That's not good. I know what Della Strada is going to rebuttal, but that's never going to get better. Even if we play more extra games and we bring in a winger and another winger to cover him, he's still going to play the similar amount of games as he did last season, because quite frankly, he's like one of our better players. Like we're gonna rely on him. It's like Liverpool you never see Liverpool linked to any right winger because they got Salah. Have you? We don't ever see that happen. You know what I mean? Like the best clubs, the best players clubs don't go in and look for cover for their best players.
I hear that.
Saka's
but the only thing, we'll move on after this. The only thing, my only issue is just that because he's still young and developing. So he's, all these games, we've seen it happen to players where, let's use Jack Wilshere for instance. I know they're different type of players, but my guy's injured. Now he's a coach at what age?
Yeah, I know.
You know what I'm saying? So God forbid that happened to Saka, but that's the only thing I'm talking about.
Personal to Jack Wilshere, because I think he just had injury problems.
Yeah, mad injury.
And I think quite intense injury problems as well, man.
Do you know, look good? Sorry, I know you're going to move on. Kovacic.
Yeah, man.
I didn't even know him.
But
he's a good player anyway.
Yeah, he looked like
natural.
He looked like he's been playing for them for years.
Fitting like well. Pause.
Yikes.
Let's move over to the red side of Manchester. Let's start off with
Liverpool.
Manchester. Let's start off with the first before we. Okay, now we're going to go and talk about the season. Let's start off. Obviously, you had 2 pre-season games, 3-1 to Lens, and then you drew to Bilbao. But briefly talk about that again. Then we're going to lead into
Which one?
both of your pre-season games, but particularly talk more about your goalkeeper.
No. That wasn't his fault. I'm let me open with that. That actually wasn't his fault. Like that is the result of a terrible back pass by Delo. And
Which goal referring to?
The lob.
The one where he fell into
That was a bad pass from Delo.
Are you? You're right, bruv. Yeah, bruv.
The halfway line lob is the.
Bruv, it was. Bruv, you see the pass?
Wait, hang on. Talk about the goal. You said
say
the one where he got captured by poachers in the net.
He was in the net like a trout, was it?
Yeah. You know when someone's done a mistake.
Yeah, he was.
Them jungle tracks where you step on it and then the net jumps you up into the air, bro.
Yeah. But I mean, I think with Onana, you kind of understand the risks. Like, there's going to be a few comical goals like this season, evidently, because he's so far off his line and out of his box. It is absolutely mental. So you just can't make the mistakes like Delo made. Basically, Delo played the ball to Varane. It was like a square pass, but he played it behind him.
Yeah.
So there was all on their back foot, and then it went to the.
But do you think your keeper should be getting love someday there?
Obviously,
it was a great goal as well.
It was a good chip. He was far out of his goal.
Do you think if it wasn't Onana, he's trying that?
Probably not.
What do you mean?
De Gea will be on his line. For sure.
De Gea doesn't come out of his
because
box.
Onana's not the first sweeper keeper. And
he was like ridiculous. Like, so someone like, for instance, Manuel Neuer for Bayern Munich, it could happen to him. Not to say it has happened to him because the defenders are better, but it's a possibility. I feel like
I hear what you're saying. Still.
Yeah, I'm happy these things are happening like now in pre-season when
they're gonna happen in the Premier League.
Not as much as people would allude to. I think the benefits of what he brings to the team far outweigh the potential one goal that he's gonna concede because. Bruv, in the amount of games he's played in pre-season already, he's already like created like goal chances like from him, efforts on like laced upfield, and the player has an effort on goal. De Gea was at the club for 12 years and he never done that once, bruv. So it's like there's qualities and
obviously he's been playing in Europe for some time, and I mean I haven't really seen many videos of him getting lobbed off his line for Ajax in Milan. And I don't know where he was before Ajax, to be fair. But so I think if that's anything to go by, United shouldn't.
Do you think he's a bit more like relaxed because it's pre-season, maybe?
And he gets sensationalized because he plays for Manchester United.
100%. What's good about him?
Because remember he's replacing David De Gea.
That too.
A lot of people there's a camp that think that's a crazy move.
What's good about him as well that is encouraging is that like after his interviews he's like it's just another day. Like he doesn't really care.
Like,
so he's going to continue playing how he plays with the confidence that you need to play in that way. So it's not. I don't view it as being like terrible, and it's particularly as being this pre-season. When if it happens against Man City or Arsenal or Liverpool or Chelsea, then I'm going to be stressed. But United fans everywhere, far and wide, this season's going to be stressful. You need to accept it's going to be a stressful season with that keeper, bruv. These are the risks you take.
Yeah. Yeah, we're taking a risk. So,
and you're quite happy to do so as well, aren't you? Like
I am, yeah. Because like Marley Marr said, that we've got him for what we need him to do. So that risk where he's getting lobbed, I'll take that because like De Gea was giving us nothing from the back.
Absolute zilch.
Sorry, Joey, but I feel like you guys. Just give De Gea a little bit of respect because there were some games where you won 1-0 where you probably would have drew.
What he said was in attack.
Yeah,
De Gea was giving us a zilch, and that is a fair statement. Like De Gea
I'll be honest, he was giving less than zilch.
There you go.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think to the point where is negatively affecting United's goal scoring ability.
You know it's bad when Lindelof's got the ball and he's rolling it out, and I'm like, bro, what's going on there?
He's a goalkeeper though. Like, what do you want him to do? You want him to stop shots? You don't want him to. You don't want him to be your biggest chance creator.
If your style of playing is counter pressing and you know that you have to do quick transitions, if you have a goalkeeper that is unable to do that, that person becomes a liability. He's a passenger.
Exactly.
And in a team of 11, you don't have time for passengers. So I think the one thing is that he will concede goals, but I think their bet or their gamble is that he's going to create a lot more goals.
Exactly. So. And I'm pretty certain his stats like in pre-season are going to be crazy in terms of like his distribution and passes, because when I've watched him, he's on point. Like
mustard.
Yeah, it's just a different caliber. Like you can go short, he can go short, he can go long, he can see spaces. And then he got lobbed, but I think it was in it might have been the same game or one of the other games. He can make good saves too. Let's not counteract him.
Exactly.
I think also as well, we were talking about the keepers and talking about Ramsdale and Ederson, and you were saying Ederson isn't actually up there in terms of saves and his ability with his hands.
No, I think he is up there with that, but I was talking just particularly on the metric of goals prevented.
Yeah. So, but obviously, I think Onana would probably be in Ederson's class, where maybe the goals prevented isn't going to be crazy, but the ability to get the ball going is a lot quicker, and getting the ball to your danger man, which is Bruno Fernandes and all of those guys, that's kind of worth more.
But with Ederson, he's goalkeeping in terms of like catching, saves, and all that. He's still, exactly. He's like top 3 or top 4 in that metric at least. But then it's just obviously when you now start skewing the stats and start talking about our goals prevented, you know, these other little things that they make up. Yeah, he was bottom for that. So you can't look too much into stats all the time. So
that's a fair point.
So going into your first game of the season against Wolves, do you think you've seen enough in pre-season to at least be able to maybe second guess Ten Hag's starting lineup?
I don't think so.
No.
No, I haven't seen anything out there to say this is what he's going to go with, like in terms of.
At least you know the back five.
Yeah, back five is kind of sorted. Mid and up top, I'm not really sure what he's thinking.
But if you were him, who would you go for mid and up top then?
Anthony's looks kind of.
Yeah,
decent.
I was going to say Anthony
Lens.
has played good, like going forward and getting back, which I've been quite impressed with in pre-season. So I've been happy with him. So it'll probably be Anthony, Bruno, Sancho. I'm not too certain.
Start with your midfield first.
It'd probably be Garnacho, Bruno, Casemiro, and Anthony. I think.
Against Wolves, sorry.
Yeah.
Casemiro, Bruno, Mount.
That's your three.
Yeah, and then it'll be Ronaldo.
Who?
Sorry,
Ronaldo.
Rashford.
Yeah,
sorry,
Rashford.
I was watching Saudi football before I came. Sorry. It'll be Rashford. I think Garnacho will start. Yeah,
Yeah, you got to start him.
and maybe Anthony. You know.
Wait, hang on. Sorry. Rashford up top.
Yeah, I think I'm playing through the middle.
Okay.
Martial's injured, isn't it? So
Yeah,
And then when do you need
What
striker
for
coming
Sancho
back?
then?
he's injured, so
what's been happening with Sancho? He's been playing him as like a false nine.
Yeah.
and I
Like
I don't think he's good enough
Yeah,
from pre-season.
No, he's looked all right. He's looked busy.
You can play on the left as well, though, can't you? Because you could also have Sancho.
Garnacho's been
Yeah,
No, don't get me
he's
wrong.
been on fire.
I think I would tip Garnacho as well. Garnacho he's looking warm.
Yeah.
Trust me, bruv.
Yeah, he's looking warm. But obviously, it's just a little bit concerning for like man like Sancho, innit? Because it's like it's a good problem.
Yeah,
because you've got a
definitely.
little bit of depth there. But I just wonder, like, who's he displacing really? Because it would be, I think his best bets is either your left or your false nine. And you, man, just said that he's not really been pulling up any trees doing false nine, innit? So.
Yeah, no, he's looked all right. I feel like Sancho would be okay. I mean, for me, he's not the first name on the team sheet at the minute, but he's got value to the squad across the season for sure. So I'm not really too concerned about Sancho. He'll be okay. He'll be okay. We're going to move to Wolves. Was that your question? I don't know. How do you feel?
How are you going to set up?
Yeah,
How you gonna set up?
Yeah.
That's funny as well because I've not heard anything about Wolves during this preseason.
Yeah, you don't really look at
Nothing
them
at all, bro,
preseason, innit?
I saw that they beat they won
No,
3-1.
I've seen their results, but
Oh, yeah.
just in terms of transfers and just all I
They're
know
always
is that.
like that, though, aren't they? Kind of Wolves. They
Remember,
don't
like
really-
2 seasons ago, they kind of brought in like loads of players, like the is it Chinese Don?
The striker.
Yeah,
Yeah. But since when do you care about Wolves
Korean,
though,
sorry.
man?
No,
Yeah,
no.
exactly.
Well, remember Wolves? They got a good,
Yeah, there was
decent man. They got a very decent manager.
There was a season
So I
when
expect-
they had Thingy in it. It was Silva.
Yeah,
and they were bringing in
yeah,
order,
yeah.
literally like the Portuguese lot.
Sometimes they do, and last season as well, they gave us problems, man. So I think there's something there, but it's weird that I haven't seen anything from them. So if you guys don't roll them over, I think you would have to be asking quite a few
Yeah,
questions.
I think we'll move them at home as well. Like our home record is pretty decent, and I think we are in a good. We've had a good enough preseason to suggest that we will roll them over. I'd say.
What have you made of Mason Mount? Did you see his miss?
Yeah, I saw it. I mean, Mason. To be honest, Mason Mount and Havertz at the minute they haven't done anything to quash my opinion of them in a Chelsea shirt.
You know, it's interesting you say that because a mate of mine, he's also a United fan. That was literally one of the first things he mentioned as well. He straight away compared him to Kai Havertz. But on the contrary, I think Kai Havertz has done a bit more to try and overturn any doubts that Arsenal fans had, as in comparison to Mason Mount. Just in this,
Yeah, no, I hear that.
Yeah.
That's a fair point. What did you say that because he scored goals, all right?
because he scored goals and he's still kind of like, so we've seen him in a position that that's not usually becoming of him, and we've seen him like try to improve his defensive game in those positions. He's still linking up. He's still got the aerial presence. He can be a bit lightweight, so I don't necessarily buy into the fact that just because he's massive that he gives us an extra physical presence. He does give us the presence, but does he actually give us the actual still in the middle? I'm not that convinced
You can
in
see
that regard.
like Xhaka's absence. You can feel it.
Yeah,
you can
feel it in that.
That's going to be a big mission, you know.
But he's still linking up. He's linking up play. What have you not? He's decent on the transition. We've seen him do utility, and we've seen him get some goals. So you can actually argue that this is why Arteta wanted this dude in, whether you were pro Havertz or not. Whereas I'm not certain that you can really argue with the same vim for Mason Mount.
Yeah, I would say what he as I've seen him this preseason, he has done the things 10 would want from a midfielder in terms of like his pressing. Like he does press like very, very well and track that well. Yeah, a couple of times in preseasons he's won the ball back from a press.
He's a good lad.
But we know he's a good lad. Like someone like him is like, it's like a Jordan Henderson. They add value to the squad. Like they might not be levels, but
that role that he's doing now for Ten Hag, who was doing it in Ajax?
Wasn't it Van der Beek?
Yeah, it might be Van der Beek. Yeah.
And Van der Beek was pretty much, he was like an unsung hero.
He's had a good preseason as well, you know.
He was an unsung hero of Ajax, so I think that the role that Mason Mount's going to do is going to be quite a silent job, unless he can add value to it. But if he just does the basics that's required of him from Ten Hag, it's not a glamorous role. So when you're saying Henderson, that's exactly what it is.
But to be fair, I think when Bruno
goals as well.
But when Bruno, that's what I'm saying. When Bruno don't turn up, I was going to say I think this is where Mount might even step up.
That's where he adds value to the role. But I don't think that role requires you to be like a goal scoring person.
It doesn't, but where I think United need to, because obviously we're going to get onto predictions, I imagine, but you'll probably be shocked by some of the predictions from the United fans, and for them to achieve those predictions, you're going to need at least another 30 goals.
Only because we know he's capable of it.
Yeah, but then...
But I don't think that's what his role requires.
No, it doesn't require, but because we know he's capable of it, I feel like in every team, when you buy a player, there is a bespoke role for that player. Do you get what I mean? So you've got your standard, obviously. So he's going to do his standard that obviously befitting of playing the 8. But then you've got bespoke to that player, and we know Mason Mount can get you up to 15 to 20 goals and assists.
I think he'll get that.
But that's what you're going to need, in my opinion.
I think he'll get that. And I think someone like Bruno Fernandes as well, like with the Mason Mount who's pressing so heavily. That came to my mind. I know that's a big pause, but that's the only way I can word it. With him.
Pause amnesty.
Yeah, no, it was.
I thought you were going to say pressing hard. That's how I was like,
let's have an amnesty. Man.
Yeah, exactly. Do you know what I mean?
Otherwise, it's going to be there. Hey, yo.
No, but the way he presses, like it gives Bruno freedom to do what Bruno does a little bit more. Like, and he's looked quality this season. Bruno is going to chip in with at minimum additional 15 goals and assists.
So going into the season, that's your starting midfield: Mount, Casemiro, and Bruno. You feel confident with that?
Yeah, to start. Yeah, I think so. When we lead on to my prediction, you realise why I said what I said. But my prediction is heavy dependent on doing business in certain. We need Amrabat. If we get Amrabat. Wavy, like we.
But if you get Amrabat, who starts?
Casemiro has to start.
Yeah, Casemiro will start.
But now he has space to act a fool.
Hey, look, he peaked up.
Yeah.
Yeah, Casemiro will start. I'd actually start Amrabat as well. To be fair,
as opposed to Mount.
Yeah,
because the thing is, you want to have that problem though.
Yeah,
with him in your squad. Whereas at the moment we don't have that problem.
Yeah, and then Bruno.
Double pivot though, you're kind of like, it's a bit boring for Casemiro.
Is it?
You know what I mean?
You think? Why?
Because I think Amrabat does loads of running. Casemiro just, what's he doing? Deep playmaking.
Yeah, he do what he was doing last season because he tipped in a few goals and assists. So he gives him freedom to not solely concentrate on defending. Go and get a bat a bit.
But is he a better marauder than Mount? And is he capable of getting more goals than Mount and Fernando?
Casemiro?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
So it's a bit pointless in giving him like a free deep playing pivot role.
Yeah.
You see how you said Donny van der Beek's had a decent preseason, yeah? Is there a scenario where you would be happy if he stayed at your club, or are you?
Yeah, no, I said it. I would have him gladly stay.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
He's linked to Real Sociedad.
I think it's almost done.
He'll go.
I think it's almost done. So
is it permanent?
Permanent, yeah.
I
mean, he's had a fair shake, man. I would say.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
He's been in the club for a while, so selling him kind of makes sense. And when he was fit, he wasn't pulling up any trees. I don't know if maybe that's the position he was playing on, like the manager was playing under. But he's looked better in pre-season, since he's come back from an injury. But it's tough to know if he's actually looked better because he's now in the shot window and he's like leveling up a little bit more, or he's actually. I would have kept him around. I would have kept him around.
Let's have it right. He's playing under the manager that brought him onto the limelight and to the main stage as well.
Yeah,
so there can't be any excuses of that as well. So.
And does your business contingent on him going and Fred? Because obviously, if you want to bring in Sofiane Amrabat, I suppose Fred's got
definitely Fred's got to go out.
I think Fred is like
it's almost probably done. I'm guessing.
What, Galatasaray?
I don't know who it says. It's just Fabrizio's been saying he's 100% leaving. Like he's saying 100% leaving. No,
I think he will go Fulham. You know.
Yeah, they'll Fulham.
And then if you guys get rid of Maguire, I've also seen that you're linked to that defender from Nice. That's it.
Todibo.
Yeah, he was at Barcelona, wasn't he?
I think so.
Yeah.
He looked all right in Barcelona, to be fair.
If we don't sell Maguire, I'd just keep him on the bench. And then if we're losing a game, I'd actually just put him up top. Because that seems like the only position he can play.
What? he got an assist against Phil.
That's what
he made a mistake in that game, and then he got the assist.
But he didn't get as many goals.
So are you trolling?
No,
I'm
not. I'm not trolling.
Harry Maguire up top.
Yeah, up top. You know, like Weghorst. Yeah, bro.
Bro, this could get clipped up or go on social media, bro.
They're both equally as good defenders, though, bro.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. That's my point, bro.
He's not crazy,
bro. That's my point, bro. That's my point.
He's not crazy.
He's not a good defender, and he seems to provide something up top, which is his height. Yeah. So if he's not going, we need to utilize him as best we can for our team. Yeah, and that's not at the back.
His non-scanning ability suggests that he's not obviously he's not even suggest, like it's evident. Yeah. He's not the greatest defender, and he might not be a great midfielder either. So just put him up top. You don't have to scan as much.
Exactly.
How's it got to the point where he's getting booed though? Like what?
United fans are horrible, bro. Like they're horrible. But I would say they're horrible because we've got such a huge fan base as well. Yeah, like you've got a lot of quote unquote fans,
renegades,
renegade fans that like see that he's not doing well, and to feel more a part of like United club, they will go and boo him because they feel like that's what you do.
That's what you're meant to do.
Yeah, you're meant to do that.
Did you see that video where the fan passed him the note? And then he looked at it and he threw the bin and he walked away. I think they cussed him and said, get out of my club on the note.
That is...
Get out of my club. I swear on my life.
I ain't seen that, but you know how heartbreaking that would be.
And then all the comments were, why does everybody hate Maguire, bro?
Because first off, I am not accepting any note. And if for some reason, my mind glitches and I decide to take the note and I read it and then you've abused the hell out of me.
I would be stressed.
So stressed.
I'm hoping that West Ham just take Scott and him off our hands and let's just do a bit of business. Like
60 mils is good, is a good return.
We rejected Scott's one already.
It's a good return. It's a good return. But United, I'm all right with them.
Before we move away from United, you might as well give us your prediction where you think that you're going to finish.
So I've said first. I've said first. I'm gonna put on the line and put it on wax.
And can you validate that? Why do you think you'll?
Because I think this season, I don't think Man City's going to win it this season for some reason. I think it's very, very difficult to maintain the desire to win the Premier League as consistently as they've done. You have to refresh obviously the team, and obviously Pep is doing that currently. I just don't think they're going to win it this season. I think that, again, as I said earlier, I think they've underestimated how important someone like Gundogan is. Like Gundogan won them the Premier League when against
KDB was injured.
Yeah. So I think they've underestimated the value of certain players, and they're going to find it a bit difficult. I think Haaland will get goals, but I think a lot of defenders are kind of clocking his game a little bit. So he might struggle a little bit. But yeah, just on United, I think we've improved.
But you've improved enough to go and win the league.
I've got a theory.
We spoke about Man City. You didn't say nothing about United.
Exactly. I've got a theory. He actually thinks Arsenal's going to win the league, but
never.
The hater chip installed in him, he can never ever let that come out of his mouth. So he's going to.
That's what he thinks.
No, this is my theory.
No, you think he thinks Arsenal going to?
No, I think he thinks deep down, that Arsenal will probably pip City, but if Arsenal's going to pip City, United's going to pick Arsenal because he can't imagine in any universe where he goes into.
You might not be wrong with that.
That's my theory. Because I keep asking him. I've been asking him ever since he said United are going to finish first. How do you jump to first?
You might be wrong. Deep down, I think Man United are better than Arsenal. Yes, that is correct. And I think they might finish above Man City. That is correct. Strives, he figured me out.
Jig is up.
One thing I would say is that my position was United to finish third again. I think the goals might still be a thing for us that we struggled with.
As in all that goals.
Not even Hood.
Yeah. I'm not convinced.
You signed an injured sub for 80 million, bro.
What does that mean?
Yeah, exactly, bro.
A few weeks, bro. It's
Exactly.
Not like it's out for months.
Exactly. He hasn't got an ACL, bro. It's not an injury-threatening career.
I couldn't even keep a straight face.
Yeah.
I was being a dickhead. He's not even 80 million either. But
So it depends. If he hits the ground running, who knows? But I'm not 100% sure that we can rely on this guy to give us 30 goals a season. That's what we need from our striker, being Man United.
I think he's going to give you more goals than, and this is me just obviously looking at a couple of compilation vids and stuff and just doing a bit of reading. I think he'll be more fruitful for you than Weghorst was.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And then obviously I think Mason Mount's going to contribute somewhat, and I think I'd make Marley Marl a little bit correct, where I think Bruno's productivity might increase a little bit. So you will bridge the gap in goals, but I don't think it's enough for you to topple the likes of Arsenal and City.
We need a lot more goals.
We need a lot more goals, and that's why it's my prediction is contingent on us getting Amrabat and also Mason Greenwood coming back in the team.
Ooh,
Mason Greenwood.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
We need him back.
That could be a coup.
Personally, if you're going to keep Greenwood, I don't understand why you bought that striker from Atlanta. But
We've got no strikers.
you got Greenwood and Martial and Rashford.
Again, we've got no strikers.
Yeah, that's a no striker situation.
Yeah, we've got no strikers, so that's effectively what, two strikers, and you have to remember, like when Mason Green was actually in the team, he actually wasn't playing striker; he was playing off the right.
Yeah, he was playing off the wing.
Yeah, so him actually coming in as a striker is new for United fans.
Cool. Fair. Okay, let's leave it there. Let's move over to Liverpool. So Jerry, I think from pre-season you had
nothing to see here, boys.
You lost your last pre-season to Bayern Munich, and then you just won just now.
Yeah, we won 3-1 against Darmstadt.
Yeah, and before we started the pod, you're saying that McAllister was playing as a DM.
Yeah,
so
single pivot.
Going into the season, how do you feel about your team?
I feel like Klopp's got a tough job on his hand, especially with FSG as the lead in the club. Some quite extensive surgeries needed on our team, to be completely honest, man. We've just had another bid rejected for Lavia, and I wasn't particularly convinced that Lavia was what we needed. I was more in the camp of thinking that we needed somebody like Amrabat. I think I said that last week. But I think if we do get somebody and we also need another centre-back, I think they're not going to be the first choice players that we wanted. That's never a great situation to go into it, man. So yeah, to be completely honest, I'm a bit worried. And also just looking at the teams we played in the pre-season friendlies, they've not been the greatest teams, man. But and I was asking today, what is the point of actually playing these teams? Last season, I think we lost to Man United. Was it 4-0 or something like that?
Yeah, something like that.
But at least we're playing up against decent opposition and we can kind of like gauge anything. There's not really much to gauge, in my opinion, from these games, man. And we're still shipping in 4 goals every other game. So yeah, it's a bit worrying going into this game. The only saving grace for us is that we're playing Chelsea, who are also in a shit predicament.
But they've had a good pre-season though.
Yeah, but again, like their pre-season, they've had a decent pre-season. But I'm more right. The only thing I'm worried about in their team is probably the Nicholas Jackson. Other than that, I don't see their team being
their
better than
midfield
us.
depth is a little bit.
They're lacking depth, and then Nkunku's injured as well. So I think that's probably a bit of a saving grace for us coming into the season. And then obviously, I think we'll probably get in 2 players before the end of the window. That's what I reckon.
What position? Defense and midfield?
I don't. Klopp judged me. I don't think he even sees defense as a concern. I think he won't get another centre back in because the players that we were linked with, they've already like gone to other clubs. So I can't. I think we'll definitely get a DM in, but you know these guys are the net spend king. So anyway, they can save money and then just try and grind it out.
You guys are moving a bit weird in the transfer market. What's with these weird incremental bids for Lavia? Like, if you want him, just get it done.
Yeah,
I said, and this is very uncharacteristic of Liverpool as well.
Yeah.
Like I said, we've embarrassed ourselves in this deal. Again, my thing is you should pretty much have a good understanding of the players that are going to come to you in the transfer window and how much it takes. If you're going to put a bid in for the player, put the fucking bid in, get it over the line. If not, walk away, move on.
Yeah.
So we're doing all these things, and I think they're going to go in with another bid.
Yeah.
Which is what's driving me.
You guys want him.
But if you want him, pay the price.
Yeah.
Because you know you want
what
him.
is the price?
50 million.
And what Liverpool going in at?
We've done 42.5. We've done 42.5 plus clauses.
But you know what's so funny?
Sell on fees, all of this kind of shit.
What's so funny is this way you was going at Arsenal.
Exactly, bro. No, but and what I was saying for Arsenal was true. The same thing rings true, bro. Like we're embarrassing ourselves right now, man. It's like there's some kind of defensive midfielder curse on the Premier League, bro, where everybody's embarrassing themselves to get in a decent enough
But I
pivot
think,
player.
you know, I think DMs have been the most expensive signings this summer, no?
No.
So you've got Rice.
Oh, yeah, Rice, yeah,
Caicedo might go for 80 plus.
Yeah.
Lavia will go for 50.
How much did Guardiola go for? Was it 80 million as well?
Guardiola, who's...
Vardio.
He's a defender.
Yeah, I'm saying, but
I think 78. I think...
No, it's 80 million.
Oh, yeah.
Because I think they were saying between Harry and Maguire, the only difference is the exchange rate on the Euros. But anyway, yeah, I think so. So DMs are a premium, it looks like, man. Especially in the way that people want to play football. But yeah, like, pay the 50 million, move on. Or don't pay them 50 million, move on. Like,
Do you think that's the only one signing you're realistically going to make? Like,
I think so. I wouldn't put my money on us signing anywhere else because our attack is deceivingly good. So good to the point that it paints over all of our other papers over all of the cracks in our other issues.
Yeah.
But if Klopp is a manager worth his weight in salt, he should know that we have those defensive issues, and maybe he's just going to bury his head in the sand and hope for the best.
Yeah, no, I hear you. You wouldn't put your money on a lot of things, to be fair, but I hear you.
Yeah, I don't put my money where bitch asses reside. Yeah, I said it, bitch asses.
So who do you think will start for you against Chelsea?
I think we will do the standard back for Trent on the right, which he'll come in and do a box. I don't think any of the DMs will be ready, so I think it will probably be. I think it will be McAllister. I think it'll be McAllister in the middle,
and who else?
And Zobo, McAllister, and if not Elliot, Gakpo.
Has Gakpo played midfield before?
Yeah.
Number 10.
Yeah, he plays like 8-10 kind of because he drives with the ball well in it. So kind of like a Wijnaldum. And then I think he'll go Jota up top, Diaz, Salah on the right.
And you feel confident you'll get the win?
I feel confident we won't lose.
It's crazy. I'm seeing a lot of people predicting Liverpool second, you know? A lot of people.
I don't think they've been
That's
watching.
heritage.
What are they in?
Yeah,
They're in
Europa League.
Europa.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then it's weird though, because that's not from Liverpool fans. Like, as in Liverpool fans started off like
I
on
think-
smoke, but then you guys as for some reason as the summer's got thingy, you lot have become more pussy clouts. But
Yeah, 100%. And that term that you used, disgusting, but I agree with it. Because
is that what we do?
disgusting. But in terms of like how we were playing and the glaring holes that we could see needed replacing, I thought it was obvious. But the way that our leadership has been moving, they've not been acting like it is obvious. So
Yeah, I think
we can't move in with confidence. Basically.
Yeah, I think losing for some reason. I think it's Hendo and Fab that really
They weren't
kind of-
expected losses in them.
Yeah, I think that's what's kind of tipped the fans anyway over the edge a little bit, where you feel like because it's like 7 midfielders out, 2 in, or something like that.
Milner's gone.
I know some of them have been surplus to requirement.
But those two especially, I think people were ready to phase them out, but they weren't ready for the cold turkey approach that we're going. But you can't deny them the life-changing sums of money that were being offered.
No, of course not. No, it makes sense. So what we're not to steal your thunder, De La Strada, but obviously now that you've watched a couple of pre-season games, obviously you've done some business in the market and you still got business to do. Where would you predict Liverpool to?
I think, again, personally, I think any joy we have this season will be riding off of experience.
Okay.
But limited experience, because we've lost we've lost our steel in Henderson and Fabinho, the same way I think Arsenal lost their steel in Xhaka.
Okay.
So, and Milner as well, sorry.
Yeah.
So we've lost quite a bit of steel. But I still think there's a bit of the ability to galvanize and pick up and kind of like motivate within the team.
Yeah.
And there's still a very decent manager at the helm. So I think we'll be able to get top 4. I think we'll have an okay Europa League. And I say maybe 3rd, because I'm just thinking of all the other teams. The other teams right now that I think are able to go hammer and tongue at the league are Arsenal, Man City. I think I share the same concerns with Man United in terms of them lacking a 30+ goal scorer.
Yeah.
And having to play Rashford out wide if they have to. So yeah, I think Chelsea aren't there. They've got recovery from the reconstructive surgery. Spurs, to me, are a bit of unknown quantity. I think they've got a good manager.
Okay. Yeah.
But I don't know what he can do with that team.
Okay.
So, and I think Newcastle aren't going to be able to handle the Europe. I don't think Brighton will be able to either.
Tottenham looked good in pre-season game on the weekend. Harry Kane clapped 4 goals. And they actually were playing.
What was the score?
5-1?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, I think
5-1. They got some young striker that came on for Kane and scored as well, innit?
Yeah.
What's his name?
I can't remember. It was a good finish, done on a spin.
Yeah.
It was cold. He looked really good. Really, really good. But yeah, they look like they're they could be okay.
They've got a decent style of football.
As in
is
like
it
when
the Postecoglou kind of style?
Yeah, well, I don't know what his style is, but it looked. I mean, on evident, it's clearly attacking.
I
didn't know what he was about, but they didn't look like Tottenham from last season. Let's just say that they looked like they were playing. But it's pre-season. We need.
How was Madison looking?
Oh, he's cold. Yeah. He's cold. I think I don't know how many assists he got, but he definitely got. I saw 1 at least.
Who are they playing?
Let me tell you. 1 second. I can get back to you.
Shakhtar, isn't it? Shakhtar Donetsk.
Was it Shakhtar? Okay. Yeah.
Bro, this is the same Shakhtar Donetsk that you weren't having Woodrick on.
I mean, yeah. But no, they look good. Of like just looking at their style, they look like, again, as I said, like Premier League is different. You see them after 5 games how they look. But yeah,
do they still look good without Kane though? If somehow Bayern Munich prize him away.
Yeah, I mean he scored 4 goals, so no.
Because some Spurs fans feel. I say some. A couple Spurs fans feel differently, as in they feel like they might be able to. There is life without Kane, as in Richarlison might step up, Son could step up, what have you not, and they
not like Kane,
they've still got
Yeah.
Maddison in there, what have you not. It just changes their way of and style of play.
Yeah,
So I'm of the same opinion that without Kane, that it might be too much of a
they can't
to
lose
feel in this season anyway.
Yeah, they can't lose him. If they lose him, their chances of achieving anything this season are drastically diminished, I'd say.
If you try doing your top 8, there's an argument that Spurs might not even make your list and I'm not just saying it because I'm an Arsenal fan, but there's because I was thinking about it as well, and I'm thinking like Spurs could easily be in it, but it could easily not be in there. You've got the emergence of Villa, obviously Newcastle. You do think they're going to drop out anytime soon? Brighton's still in there, whatnot. Brentford, I think Brentford might not be
Tony. Without Tony,
they probably won't be the same force they were, but.
I put Spurs as 8th.
Above Brentford.
Hang on. We'll get. You do Arsenal's. Where you think Arsenal going to go? Then we'll go around the room and just do our top 6.
Okay, Arsenal. I had Arsenal first, and then I had Arsenal second as I was watching the Charity Shield, and then I've slept on it, and I'm going to say first again.
And why?
No bottling.
I'm going to say just literally. So my reasons are 8th, 5th, 2nd. The only way is up first. I like the business we've done in the market. I'm a little bit. I'm not too sure about the attacking depth, but I have faith that we might bring somebody in. And just from what I think City as well have lost some key players. And I just feel like that win has done wonders for our mentality. So I just feel like if it's only 2 games I've got to worry about with Man City, I don't think we're going to lose all 6 points this season.
So what positions did you say again?
Attacking depth.
No, you said your finishing positions.
It was first, and then after as I was watching.
Sorry, you went through the last
8th, 5th, 2nd, and then
you said the only way is up.
Yeah,
but you said 8th. So that means the only way isn't up.
But listen, I was talking about what has led
ideally
us to be.
So
obviously it was 8th. So obviously you stayed in one place.
So sideways.
You might even argue that we had a worse season because in one of them we actually won something, and I don't think we won anything in the other. And then 5th, and then 2nd. So there is still an upward curve, isn't it? So and the game that we witnessed yesterday suggests that we aren't going to drop off anytime soon. Like, it shows that we're still competing at the level that we were competing at last season. So
yeah. No, the thing is with Arsenal though, we wait for them to fall off towards like the middle. And
yeah.
But that fall off that,
that
you guys were all obviously anticipating. There was a bit of a fall off, but it wasn't the fall off that we're used to.
I know it was a spectacular one. Something we've never seen.
There was
before.
more on the line this time.
Unprecedented.
You guys could say that, but ultimately we just wanted to qualify for Champions League at that point. Obviously, being in the title race was just an added bonus. So I hear you guys, but I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I've been happy all summer. I don't look like a fan that has just like bottled the league.
I know you've been happy. This is I've said it as well. This is how I like Arsenal fans. Like, I like them optimistic. I don't like the previous seasons when you haven't expected anything. It's not been fun. It's not been fun. But now when you expect something, now the failure is
the hope that kills.
Sweet.
The hope that kills.
This time I'm just embracing it. I tried the humility thing last season. You guys didn't care. He cooked me anyway. So this time.
Usually we do this in the WhatsApp groups.
Yeah.
So now it's going to be in the airways. It's going to be there for everyone to revert back to in the seasons to come or end of the season. Let's go around and do our, what is it, top 6 or top 8?
Top 8.
Top 8. Okay. You guys have all posted yours already, unless you're going to change it.
No. I'm just looking at mine now, so I can make sure it's
you
the
go
same.
first.
All right. I've got top 8. Man United first, City second, Arsenal third, Chelsea fourth, Newcastle fifth, Liverpool sixth, Aston Villa seventh, and Spurs eighth.
Okay. Dre?
Yeah, I went for City first, Arsenal second, United third, Chelsea fourth, Liverpool fifth, Newcastle sixth, Villa seventh, Spurs eighth. But I think the 6, 7, 8 spot will move around a lot. But I think the teams in the top 5, I think they'll be in and around there.
Yeah, go on, Strives.
I don't do mine, but Arsenal first, City second, United third, Liverpool fourth, Newcastle fifth, Villa sixth, Chelsea seventh, and Brighton eighth.
Did you say Spurs?
No.
Right.
What about Spurs didn't make it?
No, Spurs didn't make it. I
think they're going to be.
I have a feeling they're going to
race with
I have
Brentford.
just a sneaky feeling they're
I
going to
think
lose
that
Kane.
if you have Kane in your team, and they're playing more attacking now. I don't see them.
Where did
No,
they finish?
I just have a sneaky feeling they're going to lose Kane. That's what mine's based on.
They're in Europa, no? Or not?
No.
No.
Nothing.
Oh yeah, okay. They what did I put them?
Yeah, so they've got
8th, you put them 8th.
They put them 8th. They might be. They'll probably be higher than that then.
yeah.
Yeah, I said Man City, Arsenal, United, Liverpool, Chelsea, Spurs, Villa, Newcastle. I think Europe's going to be too much for Newcastle, and I think Europe's going to be too much for Villa as well.
So a big factor.
Villa's in the conference.
Yeah. But still,
You think
it's
so?
still as
Yeah,
much travelling as
Thursday football.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think Emery can do both. It's either he does well in the
But he's experienced. That's why I put him above Newcastle.
no, but he's experiencing. He'll do well in Europe. But he may tail off.
He sacrifices the
Yeah.
league, innit?
Yeah.
And that's a good point. Yeah.
For me, I wanted to say this last year, but I knew no one would believe me. I was going to say Arsenal first, but I didn't. Anyway,
You would have been wrong.
What did you say last year?
I wanted to say Arsenal.
You said Liverpool, innit?
Yeah. I don't know why I said that.
Yeah.
I'll go Arsenal first, City, United.
You didn't want to put us there. I know you didn't.
No, but I'm making mine. I haven't done my list yet. So I said Arsenal,
City,
United. I'm going to say Chelsea only because they're not in Europe. And Poch is a good manager, so they're going to have time to do their stuff. So I'm going to put them fourth. Liverpool fifth, Spurs sixth. I don't care for the rest. Newcastle seventh, and Brighton eighth.
Oh, we forgot about Brighton. You know.
No, I didn't put them in.
I think I put Brighton in mine.
I think Europe will give them a tough time.
Actually, no, maybe I'll take that out.
But it's De Zerbi, so I mean, you should be
they'll be all right in something. I just don't know if it's going to be the Prem or
I think that Pedro guy is gonna. He's good. He's gonna do some stuff for them.
Good player.
What I say. So, what you guys think Liverpool are going to come fifth?
I said
under
fifth.
You said
I
fifth.
said
Yeah.
fifth.
Yeah, I think they're going to struggle
Twice in a row.
I said fourth.
I think
I
said fifth.
I think Newcastle's gonna.
Yeah, let me swap with Liverpool and Chelsea. So Liverpool fourth, Chelsea fifth.
That's where I was. I think Liverpool and Chelsea, but then I think because I support Liverpool, then I bumped them up one.
They've preseason they've conceded like real stupid goals like that, and that's my problem. Like if they plug those holes in midfield, then maybe they might finish somewhere respectable. But I don't think Lavia is enough of an answer to the problem that they have.
Nope.
We still got a January transfer window as well. So
Yeah, they could be 15th by then.
Yeah, no, but I don't think it will be. I don't think it will be. But I think if you're planning towards a January transfer window, what's the point?
No, I know, but I just feel like I think you guys will be like durable enough to withstand. Like,
That's what he's banking on, man. And I think that's what he did the whole of last season as well, where we hadn't signed a midfielder in like 30 years or whatever. And then you're just thinking,
yeah. No, I get
and
you.
You come fifth, and now you're doing that fucking Jurgen Klopp face that looks like like Tony the Tiger, bro.
All right, let's finish this off by just going around and doing our star players for our teams this season. Who you predict will be your star player? Joey, let me start with you.
Yeah, I think Cody Gakpo is going to pick up where he left off, man. Pre-season, he's been looking great, man. So right now, obviously Salah is Salah, but right now he's my favourite player, man, in the team.
Cool. Jeezy?
Bruno. I think he's gonna revel in that captaincy, and I think he's gonna deliver massively this year. I think gonna see a lot of goals and you're gonna see a lot of assists. He's already created a lot of chances in pre-season. Players just need to start putting them away. Like respect him a little bit. But yeah, Bruno for me.
Okay. Trey?
I want to give it to Onana.
Your star player?
Yeah.
Shit.
I think he will concede a lot, but I think he'll give us a lot. And the best teams are the teams that score the most goals. So I think it's a hard thing to choose between letting in a lot of goals and scoring a lot of goals. But I think he will be that pivot that we've been missing to set up different types of goals, or like set our play going in a different kind of direction from the beginning, from the back.
Cool. Strives?
Mine's between Timber, Trossard, and
What do you think Timber's going to start?
I think both of them are gonna have to bed their way into the team. But in terms of obviously your go-tos, I think Saka's gonna have a great season. I think Odegaard's gonna have a great season. I think Martinelli is gonna be our top goal scorer personally. But I'm just thinking of star players, breakout players. I think I'm gonna give it to Trossard. You know, I think he's gonna be that element.
Favorite.
Yeah, I think he's gonna be that person that gets us to the title.
Do you think he's going to get game time?
I think he's gonna force the issue.
Yeah.
Wait, who's going to be the person? I guess who's get down?
I think Trossard's going to be that thing that everyone's kind of overlooked. Everyone's forgetting the fact that we've got Trossard in our team.
When's Zinchenko back?
It's imminent. Like he got 11 minutes the other day in that charity game that he played. So yeah, he should be back soon.
Is Arteta not going to overlook him though? Because like obviously he overlooked him in that City game, and I thought he would have started personally.
Funny enough, I don't know if I said it in the pod. I may have, but I did say that the gap between Arsenal and City, I'm not too I'm not too like disheartened by it anymore. But I think the difference between the two teams will be probably Arteta. And like, oh yeah, I did say that because it's not to to buffing up my agenda against him if I have one. I don't think I have one anymore. But I do think Arteta will piss me off at times this season. But I think Trossard is going to be undeniable at some point.
Yeah.
What about you?
I'll agree. So starting from team number one, I'll say Trossard for Arsenal.
I forgot this guy's got 3 teams.
Looking at the stats, he said he's been involved in the second most amount of goal contribution for Arsenal since being at the club.
And
he came in January.
And that's not per minutes. That's just in general.
Just in general.
Wow.
Trossard's cold, man. I'm just like Foden. Like, I'm surprised these guys ain't one of the first teams in the team sheet.
Are we going to do this again?
I'm not going to say anything. We can keep that in the group chat, innit? But I'm just saying, innit? Foden needs to start every single game into the pod. I'm just saying, Foden should start, innit?
And for Man City, I'll say Foden because I just feel like it's his time now.
Interesting.
I think Foden's a quality player.
Who does he get in the team for?
Maybe Mahrez. I mean, now Mahrez is gone. He can play Foden on the right now.
You got to remember in the game,
Silva though. Silva.
No, but he can sometimes play Silva centre.
Remember he played Alvarez. He started Alvarez. You know?
That's not working.
No,
because I'm last season I was like Alvarez needs to start, which is true. He does need to start, but he can't start with Haaland.
They were like, there's a lot of crashing.
Yeah. I personally think he should leave.
So when you were basically saying that you think Foden should have replaced Grealish, that's why I said, are you forgetting that Alvarez was starting? Because I was to try and kind of provoke the thought
my comment was in reference to last season because Alvarez wasn't starting last season, was he? So Alvarez should start, but so should Haaland. So for that reason, Alvarez he should leave. I personally think he should leave. He's too good to be on the bench, and it doesn't work.
Apart from what top 16 do you think he'll be a starter? Alvarez. No. He will not be starting ahead of Jesus.
No.
Alvarez.
Huh? Gabriel
Alvarez will not be starting ahead of Jesus.
I think Alvarez might be a bit.
Is there another Jesus?
Pardon me?
Is there another Jesus? How many goals did he make? Genuine question. Is there another Jesus?
Wow, this guy's only been there for one season.
No, because remember, he's a good defender, isn't he?
Jesus is sick, but like if I talk on this, people are going to think that I don't like Jesus. I do feel like Alvarez could give Jesus a run for his money just on the golf.
He's a better striker, right?
Why is he a better striker?
Because I think his goal per game ratio. I think his goal ratio is decent. Goals per minute.
At Man City.
Yeah, Man City. But remember, Jesus was at Man City and his goal ratio wasn't great.
When you're playing up front, it was okay.
But Alvarez doesn't even play, bro.
But for Arsenal, though, I'm not sure.
You know what I'm saying? Alvarez doesn't play and he has a good goal ratio.
I think thinking for Arsenal because
I think for Arsenal, if Arsenal change their style to play with a striker, not to play with a Jesus that comes right back and all of that kind of stuff.
I don't think you change your style for Alvarez.
For a goal scorer, of course, because you want 30 goals plus in your striker.
But Jesus can be that guy. If he can't stay up front, he can.
Jesus can't be that guy.
He can't, man. That's why he won't do it, bro.
They win the league, bruv.
As Zinchenko said.
Yes, bruv.
If he just says, just stay there. Stay there. Because Zinchenko said in his interview, he said, Jesus, just stay up there and you score.
I thought Arteta...
If Jesus stops coming back, he can be that guy.
I thought Arteta instructed him to do all those things. That's what my understanding.
Personally, I think Alvarez is not better than him.
If Haaland's getting 40 to 50 goals a season in the Man City team, if Alvarez is in that position, he's getting 30, bruv.
How many goals did Alvarez get?
Last season?
Yeah.
It's over 25, I'm sure. Sure of it.
I'm not sure. I
don't think it was that much.
I need to check.
Personally, I think it's.
I'm not saying
it's rude to say.
I think
it's rude to say he's better than Jesus, but
I don't know if it's rude as a goal scorer.
17
goal scorer. See, 17, bro.
In the Prem.
Yeah, I think I'm not sure if it's in the Prem.
No way that's in the Prem. No way that's in the Prem.
No way.
That's got to be all comps.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, so
but I'm saying with Jesus, he's a decent attacker, but in terms of goal scoring, bro, he leaves a lot to be desired.
Yeah,
that's my only issue.
Jesus, yeah. I agree. Like Jesus is what, like a what, 1 in 2, 1 in 3?
No.
Probably
he's not
1 in 3.
1 in 3.
I don't even know if he's
I'll
1 in
say
3.
1
bro.
in 3 to 4.
No,
Yeah.
bro, you're taking a piss.
No,
bro.
Bro, how many
no.
goals did he
In-
score
in-
But
in
how
the
many
Premier
goals did he
League?
score this season, last season? And he was injured for like a
Yeah,
good
I know,
portion of
but
it.
so I did it.
What was it, 7 goals?
I can't remember. No, it was 11. I can't remember. what
11 in the
formula-
Prem, sorry.
Yeah, I
Hang
can't
on,
remember.
he
what
scored
the
11 goals. How much did Alvarez score?
I don't know. Has someone
9 in the
Prem.
Prem. 9 in the Prem.
9 in the Prem.
And they're probably most of them are subs, let's be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Jesus went like, remember he had like 9 or 10 games where he just wasn't scoring. So when I look at it, of his goals per game, I obviously I take into account his 4-month injury and what have you. I calculated that he probably would have got about 15 goals. Like, because bro, he's never scored more than 15 goals in any of his Premier League campaigns.
Okay, but he scored 11. He was out for 4 months. Did you say 4 months?
Yeah,
that's
but-
a long time.
Yeah, that is a long
Then you
time.
also have to come back and build yourself back up. So for him to even get 11,
Yeah, no, that.
But I think we're doing that. We're doing a lot
5
of.
if he wasn't injured.
Yeah, I think we're doing a lot of positive calculations because we've seen him play.
I'm just saying. I'm saying if we're looking at numbers and you're saying he got 11 goals
Yeah.
and he was injured for 4 months, then if he come out from injury, well, you'll know it's a
No, but remember what you said. He got loads of goals in a short period of time, and then he went low. Kind of like Rashford did the same thing as well, innit? And then he went for a period of time without scoring goals.
Quiet for a bit.
yeah, we're gonna wrap this up. But what other team apart from Arsenal would Alvarez get
You
into?
ain't done your Newcastle stuff.
I'll do that at the end when he finishes Alvarez because we're on that subject.
Maybe not Liverpool because Liverpool. I think it's similar to Jota. I actually personally think he's a similar kind of player to Jota. And they
United.
No. Everyone except Liverpool, he might struggle to get in because Liverpool.
Yeah, he'll get
like,
to Newcastle, Spurs. Yeah, I think it's
Yeah.
everybody apart from.
Well, you don't think he'll get
Liverpool, I
into
think. And
most teams?
Man City
As
as well.
a starter, he'll get into most teams, but
It's
he
only
ain't
got to
getting
be.
into Spurs as a starter if Harry Kane's there.
Oh yeah.
At Arsenal
okay,
as a starter
okay.
is still a little bit
At
like
Arsenal as a starter,
sketchy.
I don't
I
think
get
so.
the
I hear
argument,
you.
but it's a little bit sketchy at
I
Arsenal.
think in the same way David Raya's going there to try and start.
Yeah,
He'll
yeah.
be going there to
of
not to
course.
thinking I'm not
No, of
holding
course.
bench for this guy.
Yeah, of course.
Boy, yeah, for Newcastle, I'll say Bruno G because I think with Tonali, he's going to be playing as a number 8, so which is going to be good.
No, Isak.
No. I think Bruno G. Isak,
I
but
think,
Bruno G.
the Leicester City boy. What's his name again?
Barnes.
Barnes. I think
Yeah, he'll do good.
Barnes will do well next season.
Well,
Anderson looks sick in preseason. He might be a breakout star for them.
Starting, bro.
But that's a shame, man. He's looked good, bruv.
on that note, the season's almost upon us. Let's
Come on. Been waiting for this.
We made it.
guys,
we made
thank
it.
you for rocking with us during pre-season. Now the main event is here. Stick with us. We're going places. All right, over and out.